Good morning, everyone. I'm Samantha from the Holiness Christian Church. It's great to have you again this week. We are continuing our story about Saul and his disobedience to God. And this week, we're going to learn a bit more about, God wanting an obedient heart. And we're going to learn that doing what we feel is right does not honor God. God wants an obedient heart. And that's what God prefers. He doesn't want your sacrifice. He wants you to be obedient to him. So that's what we're going to learn this week about Saul. So we're going to get into the story, okay? Samuel heard from the Lord. The Lord told Samuel that he wants Saul and the army to fight the Amalekites. The Amalekites were the ones who attacked the Israelites as they fled Egypt. God wanted to destroy the Amalekites because they attacked the Israelites coming out of Egypt, and God wanted to pay them back for what they did and to avenge the Israelites. So Samuel went to Saul to tell him, listen, this is what God wants you to do. He wants you to go there. He wants you to kill everyone. He doesn't want you to spare anyone. No cattle, no children, no women. Just destroy the entire place. And that was the mission for Saul and the Israel army to do. Saul called everyone in the tribe of Israel to come and to fight. He gathered people from far and near. Over 20,000 people were there. So many people to fight. It was a great army that went to approach the Amalekites. He even told a few friends from neighboring countries that they were going to fight, so they should, be aware of what's happening. As you can see, it was a slaughter. It was a big fight. Everyone died. They killed all the people, but somehow they decided to do things that God did not tell them to do. He captured the king of the Amalekites and brought him back. They kept some of the animals, spared them because he thought they could sacrifice the good ones for God. Samuel went looking for Saul, but Saul was nowhere to be found. Saul went up to the mountains to build a monument so that people will remember that he won this battle. He was so proud of himself. So he built a monument or some type of memorial so people will know that Saul won the battle, like the Israelites won this battle. And Samuel found him, and Samuel chastised him. He said, why would you do this? Again, you disobey God. Do you think your sacrifice is what God asks of you? God wants you to do what he tells you. He told you to kill everyone. Don't spare anyone. Why do I hear sheep in the background? Why do I hear cattle in the background? And Saul had excuses. He made excuses. He said, it wasn't me. It was the Israelite army. They wanted to do this. And he just had at the time, he just didn't want to admit. So Samuel had to tell him, listen, that's it for you. God is choosing another king because you are not what he wants. You're totally disobedient. And Samuel chastised him, and he decided to tell the truth. He finally decided to tell the truth. He said, yes, I did it. I saved the king, and I saved some of the cattle. And can you just ask God to forgive me? Can you please just, come with me to the people and let us celebrate. Let me worship God. So Samuel went with him. But after they went, Samuel, killed the king. The king is dead. And Samuel told Saul, listen, you're going to be replaced. Saul was so distraught and he felt bad. He held on to Samuel's coat and a piece of it came off. And Samuel confirmed to him that today God has replaced you. God has separated himself from you. And this is what happens to us when we disobey. We think we're doing the right thing, but it's not what God wants. And we end up separating ourselves from God because of sin. Sin separates us from God. And our goal is to be close to God, not to be far from him. So it's so important for us to stay close to God and be obedient. God bless everyone. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next time.